Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about our favorite non-Schengen countries.
Okay, so if you've been to Europe for an extended period of time and you are from the United States or another country that has this type of visa situation, you are familiar with Schengen countries and non-Schengen countries. Essentially, the Schengen countries in Europe, some of them are actually outside of Europe, but they're still in this little group. They have a pact with each other that lets their citizens move freely between countries without passport checks. And the thing about that is, as an American, I'm not sure what it is for other countries, but as an American, you can only be in Schengen countries for 3 months out of every 6 months. So if you're going to travel to Europe for 6 months, like we have from America, you can only spend 3 months in the Schengen countries, and you would need to spend then 3 months in non-Schengen countries in your 6 months to then be able to go back into a Schengen country.
Ooh, that was a lot.
Yeah, so a lot of your travel is dependent on which countries you can go to.
Right.
And for the most part, the non-Schengen countries are the ones that most people don't really want to go to as much anyway.
Right.
The big ones, your Italy, your Greece, your France, they're all Schengen. So you can't just say, I'm going to go to Italy and France and Greece for 6 months in a row. That won't work.
Can't do that.
If you're going to do that, you have to spend 3 months in non-Schengen countries during that 6 months. So the problem for people is figuring out, okay, well, I understand that now. Which non-Schengen countries are the best ones to go spend my time in? If you're doing a 6-month trip, you got to be out for 3 months. So we did that. We spent 3 months in non-Schengen countries. And there's a list of maybe 20 countries you can go to. Here's the ones that we felt were the best to go. And we'll tell you how it worked out, if we liked being there that long, and if we would have gone longer, and so forth. So,
We'll start out with the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, Faroe Islands, which most people haven't even heard of, but it's a non-Schengen country. It's a little island.
Group of islands. Between Iceland and Norway.
Yeah, and it's basically kind of the property of Denmark.
It is.
Very much affiliated with Denmark, but it is non-Schengen. It is a very remote, very rugged place. Awesome for a visit.
Yes.
For maybe a week.
Yes.
We
were there for more than
We were there for 12 days,
yeah.
Almost 2 weeks, and it was enough time.
Plenty, yes.
Plenty of time to see it. It's not that big of a place, and you can see it all in a week.
Yeah.
So definitely worth going to.
Yeah.
Not that expensive to get to if you're already in Iceland or Denmark.
If you're already in Europe.
If you're in those kind of Nordic countries, you won't be that hard to get there. And it does give you're out of Schengen, so the time there, you're free to be wherever you want. And it's a great place to be. But I wouldn't recommend going for like 2 or 3 months. No. It's too cold and
that would be, the weather is so wild. It's really erratic. Which is completely normal. I mean, they're literally just out in the middle of the ocean, fully exposed. So nothing you can do about that. Just it can be very challenging if you're not from somewhere where that's the case.
So the next non-Schengen country that we went to was Ireland, and surprisingly, it's not. And that's great because a lot of people love to go to Ireland. So if you're doing this type of thing, you're probably going to end up in Ireland. It's one of the best ones to do. We went there. We did a 2-week ring around Ireland, and because we needed to be out for 3 months, we said, you know what, let's just go to Ireland, spend as much time as we want, and drive around the whole country. And that's what we did. And 2 weeks was a good amount of time for Ireland. I would say we could have spent more. The only downside to this is if you're trying to do this trip for 6 months, Ireland is a little more expensive. It is. So the bills can kind of rack up there if you're doing this kind of thing.
Between the car rental and the insurance, housing, it can rack up pretty quickly.
Well, it's not like a good place to just go sit for 2 months, but it's a good place to go tour for 2 weeks.
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah, and if you're there, you might as well head and spend some time in Northern Ireland, which is also non-Schengen. That was a great place to spend some time and explore. I would definitely recommend spending at least a week there.
We spent 3 or 4 days there, and we probably could have used a week.
More, yes, for sure.
So we could have done that. Before we were there, we spent time both in England and in Scotland, obviously the same island. They're both non-Schengen. Great places to be. Scotland, you could stay there a couple weeks, drive around. England, same thing, a couple weeks, drive around.
Yeah.
They are both a little more expensive again, on the expensive side, so you're probably not just going to want to take a month or two and just sit there. But awesome places to be for that amount of time. So the next one is going to be Romania. Now, this was our first country that we went to. And
we started there.
And we were there a month.
Yeah, we spent a month there. And it was, I think it was a good amount of time. We were kind of rolling the dice on Romania because we didn't know a ton about it and didn't know actually anyone personally who had been. So, but this is actually where we started.
I think that Romania is probably the best non-Schengen country if you have to get out for a long period of time.
I agree.
Like if you need a month out of Schengen, go to Romania.
Perfect.
It's cheap. It's great. The people are friendly. The
food's great.
Food is great. There's a lot to do, and it's pretty centralized. You can get there from just about anywhere. So Romania is probably at the top of my list. As far as places I would go.
I agree.
Again. Another one that people go to that we didn't go to is Bulgaria. It's kind of similar to Romania, but I think Romania, in my book, is a little bit better, which is why we went there. That's another one you can consider. Another one that we went to, and actually that's where we are right now, is Croatia. And we are in Croatia for a month. And kind of the same deal with Romania. We came here because it was a little bit cheaper than some of the other ones, definitely cheaper than Ireland or Scotland. If you're going to be there for a month, you don't want to spend a ton of money. Go get some work done, relax for a little bit. Croatia has been really good. It has not been as good as Romania was, though.
I would definitely say, I agree. Romania is definitely, I would say, is number one non-Schengen country to spend some time. And just you just have access to so many different things as opposed to Croatia. Croatia's been good. We've had a lot of stuff done here, but it just hasn't. It didn't have the same feel that Romania did.
No, and it's been more expensive. And the people were not quite as welcoming. I don't want to say they were mean, because they weren't. They were nice. But in Romania, it was kind of like roll the red carpet out for you.
It was totally different.
Just a different feel. And it's a good place if you haven't been here. Just don't expect to get what you're going to get in Romania for Croatia. I would recommend coming, but if you haven't been to Romania, go there first. I would say.
And I probably wouldn't spend a month. I would do maybe a week or two, but I wouldn't recommend a whole month here. But if you are coming to Croatia, we do recommend Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's close by. It's just a couple hours. It's actually closer than that, but the roads are so windy to get there. It takes you a couple hours. But what do you think about Bosnia?
Well, it was good. I wouldn't go for a long time. But it was good. We only went for a day. You could go 2 or 3 days and see what you want to see. Because there's a lot
much more than that.
There's a lot of places you're not going to want to go. But if you wanted to go for 2 or 3 days, a week at the most, you'd see everything you want to see. It is very cheap. Everyone we met was very nice. And the places we went were safe. I don't know about the rest of the country.
Outside of that.
But yeah, it was fine. And it's just a little more primitive and a little more rural, and it's probably not the kind of place you want to just plop down for a month. Because of those factors. So Yeah, that just keeps bringing me back to Romania as a comparison.
Yeah.
Much better there, but definitely worth a visit. So some of these countries you're going to want to put on your visit list.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go for 3 or 4 days to a week. Some of these countries I would put on my go stay for a month list.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the countries that you'll see online that we didn't mention were on the, we're not going to go there yet list because we only need to kill 3 months. And,
Right. We could only fit so many of the countries in. And we didn't want to move around too much because we were already moving around plenty.
The top ones that I would say to hit would be Romania, Ireland, Scotland, England, and Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
If you had to kill 3 months, non-Schengen, spend it there first. If you fill that up, check out Faroe Islands and Croatia, and maybe Bosnia after that.
Yeah.
Those
are good.
It's always fun and tough to plan a trip like this, but with a little bit of planning, you can get everywhere you want to be, and then spend that 3 months inside the Schengen zone in Italy and
and Greece
and France and all those other great
Yeah.
countries. So, hope you liked this video. Hope it was helpful. If you're planning your trip, let us know about it in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a like if you haven't yet, and we will see you on the next video.